And now, broadcasting live from the Darkroom Studio at Craven Community College, it's In the Know.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to In the Know. I'm Craig Ramey.
Good morning, Craig. Megan Johnson. Hello, everybody.
It's great to see you. This is our show we do every week from the studio at Public Radio East, where we just talk about things going on in our community. We get silly. We have
are in the
guests.
dark room, and the light is on.
Yeah.
It's in use.
I feel like that's my brain. I'm constantly in the dark room, but there's a light on somewhere in there. I'm just kind of wandering around trying to find it.
Yesterday, speaking of which, talking about my brain, because you know my brain kind of fires on all kinds of weird snaps. But I had so many tabs open on my computer, and then I had reopened some other ones, and then they got like hidden, and I couldn't find them. I think I just need to reboot.
Yeah.
And some mornings it's like that. I just need to reboot.
I have been like that. I know it's a funny meme of like I've got 100 tabs open and the music's playing and I don't know where it's coming from. I've been in that situation and I've just resigned myself to, I guess I'm going to hear the full video now because I don't know what to do.
Until it goes to commercial.
I can either
and like,
close all browsers or hear
stop.
the full video. Yep. Before we get too much off the rails here, let's make sure that we thank our folks over in the booth helping us out today.
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi,
morning.
Joseph. And right behind your shoulder, we got Suzanne Madison. And then, hello, good morning, Holly. How are you doing? Awesome.
She's doing great.
She's doing super. She's going to show us her muscles?
No, I was doing the thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
I wasn't on camera when I did that.
Up.
I did a thumbs up.
Gotcha.
But that's okay. And now that the camera's on me, Holly's showing her muscles. There it is.
There it is. There's her muscles. Her
That's
muscles.
right.
There they are.
And then in a couple of minutes, we're going to be talking with Andrew Garlick, who's going to be teaching French class at the college. I believe it's French Made Easy, right? And so he'll be talking to us a little bit about that upcoming class.
Exactly. And that's one of Suzannes' instructors.
That's right.
With her Community Enrichment Program. So we're excited to have Andy with us and going from there. So that's exciting stuff.
So today is Thursday, November 7th.
Okay.
What does that mean?
It means it's my mom's birthday.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Tell me
so
your mom's
happy
name
birthday,
again.
Suzanne.
Happy birthday, Suzanne.
Happy birthday to you.
You going to sing a song?
I did. That was
Okay.
it. I'll sing to her again later.
Okay. Maybe if we have time at the end, you can have a little harmony with Andrew since he likes to sing a little bit too. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Awesome. Guess what?
What?
Well-
Sorry, I live with the teenagers. My immediate reaction was chicken butt. Go ahead. What?
I was not expecting that.
That's my brain said. I should have just not said that out loud.
That
But
should
anyway,
have been rebooted.
Yeah, I did.
Reboot. You enjoy cooking.
I love it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Well, today is for those men that don't necessarily know their way around the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It is National Men Make Dinner Day.
Okay.
So there's a couple rules.
It's just one day a year.
One day
Come
a
on,
year,
guys.
those little
Let's get it
buggers.
together here.
Yeah, pull it together. So the rules are, this is to allow those that are not super familiar with, this is funny, cooking appliances. Like, how are you not familiar with a cooking appliance?
I keep pouring my drink into the toaster. It makes such a mess.
And it's also to allow the women in your life to have a little bit of a break. So,
Yes.
So the men need to be aware of a few rules. The rules are the main meal must include a minimum of 4 ingredients and require at least one cooking utensil other than a fork. I'm sorry, it's just like that's too
This
basic.
is the laziest Iron Chef I've ever heard. It's,
Yeah, you're right.
Right?
The man has to do the shopping for all necessary ingredients.
Well, I mean, let's hope so.
I mean, if you're going to have 4 ingredients, shouldn't you have to use more than one cooking appliance?
Well, I mean, not necessarily. You can have one pan. You can put it all in one pan or a
pot
crock
cooking?
pot. Yeah, you can do a crock pot.
Crock pot. They also have to clean up as they go. I think they should clean up at the end too.
Yeah, I would.
I don't know why this has got me so tickled.
If you do a good job of cleaning up as you go, ideally there's not a whole lot to do.
Oh,
at the
that's
end.
garbage. That is no, because
Okay.
somebody has to do the dishes.
Oh, yeah, that
somebody
part.
has to
Okay,
put
I
them.
meant the cooking
and
part.
put the
Yeah,
food
okay.
away and all
I'm
that
with
other
you.
stuff. Leftovers.
I'm a big fan of cleaning up as you cook.
Okay.
It makes life so much easier.
Can you imagine what my kitchen looks like when I'm cooking?
Is it just a mountain of dishes, and are you just like screaming and throwing
No,
utensils and
no. I don't, it's
overflowing sink of like marinara stained plates? No, what's happening?
Lots of big pots.
Okay.
I'm a big, especially when I'm like cooking stock and soups and things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
There's usually 3 or 4 really big ones. All right. The last one is aprons are optional. Yeah.
Well,
Yep. So, in the comments, if you're going to be cooking this evening, why don't you put down what your favorite meal is for National Men Make Dinner tonight?
Or if you want to make the meal for your family, if you're a man making a meal for the family, or if you're the person in the house who always has to do the cooking. That's really what it comes down to. It's if you're the person who always has to cook,
Let the other person do it.
let the other person cook. So
But there'll be another day for that when the women have to do
like
it.
364 days. Yeah.
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 And
So-
I'm okay with maybe they don't cook it, maybe they get takeout.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be opposed to that either.
Make them do some work.
Okay.
Come on, right?
All right.
So I like when we have the door open to the studio sometimes because I can hear the peanut gallery in there. Holly's like, yes! Holly is our hype person today. I love this. She's like, yes, right. Make him cook. Make him do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And so what about like you said, teenagers? You got a teenage boy in the house.
Yep, a boy and a girl. And
Couldn't he step to the plate? Literally? Unintended?
Yes. He doesn't have a love for it, but yes, we're making him cook so
Good.
that when he leaves home, he knows how to do more than macaroni and cheese in a sandwich.
Gotcha.
Although that's all he will make if that's what he's allowed to do.
Macaroni and cheese in a sandwich.
Yeah, or a macaroni and cheese sandwich, also an option.
Oh,
no, I'm just kidding.
gracious.
No, he doesn't do that. But yeah, I mean, it's important. I didn't really know how to cook a lot when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
My mom loved cooking for us and always did, or at least she made it look like she loved cooking for us all the time when she cooked for us every day. So yeah, I didn't really start to figure out how to cook until I left home. So
Trial by error.
yeah, well, and I worked in a restaurant too, so I
Putting
started just
drinks
like-
in your toaster.
yeah, exactly.
I really wanted hot tea.
I don't know what's happening. I'm lost in here. Yeah,
Oh, anyway, that was good.
Yeah.
We've
So
had
what-
some good laugh this morning.
we
Thank you.
have. What's the dish that you want Gary to make for you?
Oh, I don't care.
Okay, you just want him to go get takeout.
Yeah, I don't care. I mean,
Okay.
I don't care either way. I just when I come home, if it's dinner's already done, it's done, and if not, I'll whip something together. So
Okay, all right, fair enough.
might be late, but
All right, well, men, make your dinners today.
that's right.
Okay.
The other one I'm going to discuss later, and you weren't supposed to see it, so
Okay. All right.
just ignore that because
Okay.
there's a tie-in later.
Okay, great.
So,
well,
you
then let's
wanna-
just jump into it.
Yep,
right.
let's
So,
introduce our
as I
guest.
said earlier, we've got our guest today, Andrew Garlick. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, so you're going to be teaching French Made Easy, a class that's going to start on January 29th
Yes.
of next year.
Yes, it's going to be on Wednesday evenings for, I think, about 10 weeks.
Okay.
And the whole goal of the class is to just provide people with an introduction to speaking French. Perhaps they're going to take a trip to France or Quebec sometime in the future, or perhaps they took French in high school and regretted never paying attention and wanted to revisit it. But so we're going to cover basic conversation, like how to get around, how to order food. The most important phrase in French, où est les toilettes?
Where's the bathroom?
Potty.
Toilet, yeah.
Exactly. C'est très important. But hopefully we'll have some fun. This is not going to be a high-stressed language class at all. I have taught language as, and I call it my side hustle. And that's how Suzanne came to learn of me. We met each other in Rotary here in New Bern. And we talking about each other, and I call it my side hustle. I teach Latin, Greek, and French online all over the world. And I have a number, it's amazing the number of young students I have whose parents want them to take Latin. And one of the students who were, they live in New York, and the mother said, I have a younger son. He's not interested in taking Latin. Can you teach him French? And I said, of course I can teach him French. So we started a whole French unit. And when I expressed that to Suzanne, she said, would you be interested in teaching French as part of the adult learning program? And I said, of course. I love teaching. I loved sharing knowledge with people. So that's how it got started. And I'm really looking forward to it.
Yep. That's so much fun, especially that you, it sounds like you're trying to teach people functional French,
Exactly.
especially if you're going to be traveling, right? I would imagine that's a lot of people's interest in wanting to take it, is they're going to be going somewhere else, and they just want to know that they can get around, order some food. And
they don't want to read Les Miserables.
Right.
They just want to get around and be able to communicate. And so that's sort of be the goal of the class. We're going to learn a lot of basic vocabulary. We're going to learn how to ask and answer questions. We're going to learn how to get around. When teaching language, there's a number of theories now on how to teach language to people. Obviously, the best one is the natural method. That's how we all learned English. Growing up, you just and that could take months to years. And you can certainly learn a language that way. If you want to learn a language quickly, you need to relate it to the language you already know. So that means learning vocabulary, that means learning grammar, and that means learning syntax. So if you're serious about studying a language, that's a pretty serious undertaking. So, and it's also very boring if you sit in front of a class with a class board and you try to explain all the complexities of the French verb. And believe me, there are a lot of complexities to the French verb. But that's not what people want. People want to see how exactly how can I get around? If I go to a restaurant, how can I read the menu? How can I order food?
Right.
Where's the bus stop?
Yeah.
Where's the train? Right.
Exactement.
How do I get off?
So yeah, we should have fun. And I'm looking forward to it.
Well, speaking of fun, Suzanne graced us with some beautiful pastries. And I shared before we went on air, I was going to ask you to.
Oh, these are from Maite, aren't they? I can tell.
Are these Maite?
I'm guessing. Yes.
Okay, so we have.
Oop,
this way, Megan. Sorry.
No, it's on me.
Sorry, Joseph. This way. There we go. Look, I could do this and go, whoo.
So, nous avons les croissants, nous avons les tartes, et nous avons les biscotti.
What are those little pastry things with the berries and peaches?
Les tartes. Tarts.
Tarts.
The tart.
The
tart.
Le tarte.
Yeah. The Queen of Hearts, she baked a tart.
Gotcha. They are beautiful.
Yeah.
And if we were talking, it's Mate's, which is down on Broad Street. Is that right? Broad and I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember the corner street either. But yeah, I love everything that they make there. All right, I'll get something in just a second.
I was going to say, can I share a piece with you? Or would you
Sure.
like to get it in a little bit? Which one would you like?
Le croissant.
It looks like one might be filled. Do you want to?
C'est peut-être les croissants au chocolat.
I don't know. Let's cut it open and find out.
Were you asking if it has chocolate? Or
Is
it
it a chocolate croissant?
I don't know. I got to cut it and find out. It is.
Ooh,
Is
c'est
that a
bon.
good thing? Yeah? Okay.
Whoa. Share that for the next person.
Good.
Here you are.
So I assume you've been able to travel quite a bit and use your French?
I've traveled. I haven't used my French. Believe it or not, I've not used my French that much.
Okay.
I've always. I have a very strange background.
Okay.
I was just reading your resume while you were talking. I was like, man, this guy's been busy.
I actually have degrees in philosophy, classical literature, an MBA in economics, and scriptural theology.
He's kind of boring resume, Craig.
Yeah.
I think he's a real underachiever.
Exactly.
I think you need to step it up a little bit, Andy.
Exactly. I'm falling behind. It's on my bucket. I've been contacted by a university in Switzerland. They want to give me a doctorate, so we're speaking with them right now. But
so would you get to go and accept
no,
it? Okay.
No, it'd be here.
Like an honorary kind of a thing?
Yeah, it'd be an honorary kind of thing. It'd be a Doctor of Arts for all the work that I've done. But anyway, I took
that number.
in high school, I took Latin from freshman year on, and I was particularly good with language, and so I also began taking French. And when I went on to college, I continued Latin for another 4 years, and I continued French as well, through French literature. Went on to graduate school. I was given a graduate fellowship in classical literature, which required, advanced literature studies in Latin and Greek, and then you needed to have 2 or 3 other modern languages, to support your research. So French has always been, part of my life. I'm good at explaining concepts, which is what I really enjoy. When I work with a number of young kids in Latin, and to be able to explain grammar in ways that they can get it is always a fun challenge for me. So I read French. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of people in my circle of friends that speak French fluently.
Right.
So
you don't get to practice that
I don't
much,
get to practice. I do have friends. You talk about Facebook. I have friends all over Europe on Facebook that we do not all speak English. So many of them we text each other in Latin. Many of them we text each other in French, or in Spanish. So it's always a good way to keep my hand in.
So do you? I'm just being curious because I'm feeling a little inferior over here. So when you text them in Latin,
yes,
are you putting it in English and then translating on Google?
No.
That would defeat the purpose, I would think.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
No,
it's just very impressive.
For those of us who don't speak multiple languages, a lot of times it can feel almost like a magic trick, right? I have another friend who works as a translator, and he works in the court systems to help a lot of people, and he can switch back and forth between 4 or 5 different languages.
It's like a party trick that nobody knows about.
Yeah. Now, the interesting thing is that, in terms of, people ask me, how many languages can I speak? And if I'm going to be very honest, I'm fluently conversant in English, Latin, and French. I could carry on a conversation in Latin. But beyond that, I read about a half a dozen languages. I can read Spanish, I can read Italian, I can read Hebrew, and a few other languages. But I don't pretend to be able to converse in them.
If somebody should speak to you in it, though, can you get enough of the conversation that you could respond at least or understand what they were saying?
Probably Spanish or Italian, yes.
Okay, yeah.
Well, of course, because
those are derivative of Latin.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which was not an option for me when I was in high school. It was only French and Spanish. Those were the only options you could get. Yeah,
it was funny. I never really got a handle on Portuguese, and some years ago we were on vacation in Portugal. And we were on a tour bus, and we're driving down the highway, and of course I'm seeing highway signs, and I don't know. You talk about a magic trick. I have no idea what had happened, but I'm looking at the signs, and all of a sudden something snapped in my brain, and I could understand all the signs. The syntax started making sense. The vocabulary was related. So from that point on, I could get around in Portugal. By reading signs and reading the maps and things like that.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a gift. I mean, that really is.
It really is, yeah. So just going back to the class real quick, you
Yes.
said it takes about 10 weeks.
Well, the class is for 10 weeks. We're going to try and get as much accomplished as we can. Obviously, it's going to be a function of the number of folks who sign up for the class. I'm hoping for 100.
Yeah.
So hopefully this will help.
Right. But this is a class that is designed to be fun, right?
Yes, absolutely.
It is not one where you're going to be staying up until 2 o'clock in the morning studying your grammar with flashcards. Yeah, that's right.
I will provide a link to flashcards for those that want to start learning vocabulary. I use a program called memory.com where I can create flashcards in any language. So there'll be the French, and then you click on it, and it flips over to the English. So it's all online. It's easy to see. The bigger challenge is going to be able to train the ear. One interesting thing about French, and I'm dealing with my French students now online, you take the French verb, and they all sound when you conjugate the verb, it all sounds the same. But they're all spelled differently, but it's all the same sound. Je vais, tu as, il a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ont. The all sounds the same, but you've got to be careful to make sure that you have it in the right context, or the person in Paris is going to say, "You stupid American."
They're going to say that anyway.
They will probably say it anyway. Yeah. I mean, it is amazing how many people in Europe do speak English as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Like you can work so much on trying to learn a foreign language, and then you get there and they're like, no, I want to work on my English.
That's right. One of the great things in Portugal, unfortunately, unlike our country, in Portugal, everyone is required to take English in school. It's a required language.
Mm-hmm.
So you go to Portugal and everybody speaks English. Unfortunately, I was in a shop trying to buy a guitar, and I came to the only 2 people in Portugal that didn't know English.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So another talent that I'm not sure if you're aware of, which goes along with our other thing of the day, is today is International Project Management Day.
Okay.
So for those that don't know what project managers make sure that everything's moving smoothly. They work in every industry and sector from government to volunteers. International Project Management Day focuses on bringing the recognition they deserve for helping our greatest goals come about with smooth competence. So I understand that Mr. Garlick is also working with Tangi Middleton on developing a project management course, who I am also working with because I also have an instructor who is a project management as well. So I'm looking forward to getting this running as well. So it's exciting stuff. So, boop, there was my segue.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. So Suzanne, after Suzanne and I had talked about teaching French, she shared my credentials with Tangi, and who said, "Oh my God, he's a PMP."
Yeah. It's hard to find you guys. I mean, there's a lot of people that do project management. There's a lot of people that go to college and get a degree in it, but not everybody takes the exam. And so that's what we're putting together as a test prep class, because it's scary. Some people just don't do it because it's scary. So we're going to take the scary part away and make it approachable and doable. So that's what we're going to do. Isn't that exciting?
It is. It's a very important skill set to have.
It is.
Because everybody can have lots of great ideas, but if you don't have one person who's like at the tip of the spear, making sure that they understand here's where we're going, and let's all be organized.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's coordinating all the moving parts. So someone who has taken the exam and is PMP certified, I mean, they're in theory qualified from everything to organizing a party to building a bridge across a river. It's a you have all the skills to manage a project and make sure that it all comes together correctly.
So we'll be on the lookout for possibly you teaching some classes in that.
I'm set up for a class. It's going to be on Wednesday and Friday mornings.
Okay.
I think it goes for 8 weeks. I'm not sure. I haven't got the full details from Tangi yet. But yes.
We're still in the process of getting it built and what it looks like and how many total hours and things like that. And we'll be able to offer 2 different places as well. So it'll be Havelock as well as New Bern. And so Andy will be here in the New Bern campus. We just want to make sure that when we are developing this project that they also are matching. So we don't want to have, the apples over here and oranges in Havelock. So we're just trying to make it come together.
They get one class, so everyone's learning the same thing.
Yeah.
So sort of a project managing your project management.
Exactly.
Got it.
And there's a lot of people that are in the kitchen right now.
Yeah,
So,
I get that.
And we're back to the kitchen.
Yeah. So if anybody's interested in taking the French class, French Made Easy, starting in January, they can go to Craven's website, and we'll put that link in the comments. It's CravenCC.edu/CEP.
That's right. They can register online. I believe the tuition for the class is only $100.
Okay.
So it's not terribly expensive, and it's going to be on Wednesday evenings, and it should be a lot of fun.
It sounds like it. Yep.
Fantastic.
Okay, so I know we're going to talk about some community events in just a second. I do want to add that Marie from our HR department is currently out. Oh, hold on. That moved down. She's out at the NC Works Craven Veterans Day Job Fair at the Armory right now. She'll be there until 1 p.m.
That's awesome. Hi, Marie.
Yep. So if you're interested in jobs at Craven or what we have available or other jobs, head on down to the career fair and see what's going on.
It's fantastic. Yeah. So this weekend they're doing a lot of focus on our veterans. So it's exciting. We'll be talking about a little bit of that more. Andy, again, thank you for being here. But I know that you talked a little bit before the show started that you are a musician and also part of the Rotary. So I'm going to give you, if you just got a few seconds before we get jumped into this other, any events or anything that you'd like to plug before
Yes, please.
focus on that.
One of the great treasures we have here in New Bern and in Craven County is the Craven Community Chorus. It's a volunteer chorus. There's about 60 members. Many of them are very, very good singers. And we put on 2 concerts a year. We put on a holiday concert in December and a spring concert sometime in April and May. Our holiday concert is coming up on December. It's Thursday, December 5th at 7 o'clock, and Saturday and Sunday, the 7th and 8th at 3 o'clock. It's going to be here on the campus. It's in the Oranger Auditorium. Tickets are only $10, and children under 12 are free. And we really want to encourage parents and grandparents to bring their kids and get them exposed to good music. For the holiday concert, the first half, we are doing John Rutter's Magnificat, which is an absolutely gorgeous piece. And we're going to be accompanied by the Trent Chamber Orchestra. They usually come and accompany us in our singing. And the second half of the concert is just a whole collection of holiday jingles. That's going to be a lot of fun, and there's probably going to be 1 or 2 surprises as well. So as we get closer, we can publish it, but put it on your calendar. First week in December, the Craven Community Chorus.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Very good.
Sounds
Well, thank
great.
you for sharing.
Thank you.
And when we get a little bit closer to it, we'll certainly remind our audience as well.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you again for being with us. We look forward to you being part of our Craven team. And so it's exciting stuff. Thank
Good.
you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Oh,
All right.
Just for fun, tell us how you say "we'll see you next year" in French.
Je vous vois l'année prochaine. We will say, we will see you. So nous verrons, will see vous, you, l'année, the year prochaine, following.
I love it.
Yeah.
Can you say it, Megan?
No, I
Okay.
cannot.
Maybe next time. We'll take the
I
class.
cannot.
Yeah.
I need a class. I definitely.
I love it. Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Sandy,
Take
for
your
doing the show
croissant,
today.
and
Yeah.
we've got croissant, and we've got biscotte, and I don't know how to
Les
say
tartes. Les tartes.
Les tartes.
Les tartes.
So take whatever you'd like and enjoy.
Bon.
Yeah. All
You
right.
ready?
I think it's time for community events. All right. We've got the 18th Century Time Travelers Tour, Saturday, November 16th from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. Join Tryon Palace interpreters for an adventure back to the 18th century. Meet the governor's cook. Maybe it'll be man cook in the kitchen day in the kitchen office and learn facts versus fiction of cuisine from the 18th to 19th centuries. For ticketing information, please call 252-469-9047 between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. Located at 529 South Front Street, New Bern, North Carolina. Why are you laughing at me, Megan?
Is there like a thing about a conspiracy of fiction of the cuisine of the 18th and 19th centuries? I'm just curious.
Maybe.
There must have been, like-
yes, there's a conspiracy of what is actually in
Fictional
ketchup.
cuisine.
What's in ketchup? It's not what you think.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go touch a truck. Saturday,
Meh.
November 16th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring the kids out to West New Bern Recreation Center to explore, climb, touch, and look at a variety of trucks, such as fire trucks, bucket trucks, bulldozers, and more. Additionally, there will be a community organization providing treats, games, resources, and services at no charge, located at 1225 Pine Tree Drive, New Bern, North Carolina.
Yep. And if you're a big kid who likes trucks, you can also check out our new program starting in the next year, Heavy Equipment Operations, where we'll be teaching students how to operate some of those larger dump trucks and bulldozers and things like that. We've got a
cool.
simulator of the Volt Center as well as actual trucks that you'll be training in. So that's pretty cool.
Very fun.
Yeah.
And there's, I see a helicopter up there. So if you want also to explore aviation, whether it's mechanics or learn to fly or manage,
Yes.
we also have that as well.
Touching the helicopter, though, should not be done on the top. That's
Not while
very
it's
dangerous.
moving.
That's right. Yeah. Choppa choppa. Outlander in the Palace Tour, Saturday, November 16th from 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. Join historic interpreters and step into Tryon Palace to learn the facts versus fiction. More facts and fiction versus Diana Gabaldon's award-winning Outlander series. The tour explores the lives of the fictional Fraser family, their friends, and their interactions with true historic figures of the colony of North Carolina through the tumultuous period of the American Revolution. For ticketing information, call 252-469-9047.
Between 10 and 4.
Between the hours of 10 a.m. and 4 p.m.
All right. Ready?
I'm ready.
See if there's any more facts versus fiction on this one. At the gallery, we're going to have Jerry Garcia performed by the Bonafides Saturday, November 16th from 7 to 10 p.m. Join Craven Arts Council this November as they host music by Jerry Garcia, performed by the Bonafides at the Bank of the Arts. This performance is a part of at the gallery concert for their ongoing concert season. Tickets are $20 for members and $25 for non-members. Wine and light refreshments are included in ticket prices. Located at 317 Middle Street, New Bern, North Carolina.
Very cool. I saw the poster for that recently, and the Grateful Dead have their little dancing bear.
Yeah.
But New Bern is the bear city, right? So if you look really close at the poster, you might find a little, what looks at first like a Grateful Dead bear, but it's actually a little
New Bern bear doing a trot.
It's
Awesome.
very cute.
Very cute. Well, I cute.
Cute.
It's cute.
Community Class Series, Tuscarora, the Indian War that reshaped eastern North Carolina. Tuesday, November 19th from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Join Triumph Palace for a light reception followed by a presentation on the history of this region and the people who lived here before us. The cause, the war, and the legacy of the Tuscarora War changed the lives of not only the Tuscarora, but the indigenous peoples across eastern North Carolina. To get your tickets, call 252-469-9047.
Then we're going to bounce over to Union Point Park, the Field of Flags. Visit Union Point Park in downtown New Bern to observe our annual Field of Flags, tradition where flags are placed to honor those who serve our nation. They will be displayed until Tuesday, November 12th, located at 210 East Front Street, New Bern, North Carolina. And I believe that our Student Veterans Association, headed by Philly and some of other Craven students, are participating in that as well.
That's correct. So the flags were put out last Friday.
I understand there's a little over 100 now.
My understanding it's more like 1,500.
Really?
So
wow.
Yeah, I think they started with about 100 their first year, but they're up to around 1,500 this year. Yep.
That's
yeah,
awesome.
so our student veterans helped plant the flags, as well as our local Vietnam Veterans chapter. They're the ones who really got this going, and so they helped work together in putting those flags out there. Joseph actually got some great photos and video. I don't know if he's showing that today, but we'll definitely have that on our social media page. Okay, that's fine. But it'll be on our page on Monday for Veterans Day.
Fabulous.
But yes, that's great. We've got a great partnership with the local Vietnam Veterans Association.
Yes.
And looking for ways to help the Field of Flags benefit our students with scholarships.
Fantastic.
So it's a great event.
It's a little bit early, but mark your calendar. Our Walk with Docs that we have, it's going to be November 16th, so not this Saturday, but next, and it's Living with Diabetes. And they're going to, again, you meet over in the trail, get a chance to have a discussion with a specialist, an educator, talking about that topic, and then you get to go and take a walk around the park. So it's kind of a fun thing. So mark your calendar, Walk with a Doc, talking about diabetes.
All right.
As we have pastries in front of us. We'll just go
Terrible
walk it off.
influences, yes.
All right, this has been a great show. November 7th, Thursday, November 7th.
That's
and so if you're not watching this live and you're seeing it later, please make sure that you tag, share, go to all the other, what are the other places?
We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook.
And Facebook.
And sometimes we have short little clips that will show up anywhere.
Yeah,
you never know.
You never know. That's awesome.
Yep.
Anything else you can think of?
So don't forget, come sign up for the French Made Easy with
French
Andy
Made Easy.
next year. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much for being on the show today, Andy.
Merci.
Yeah.
So next week, it's going to be a surprise. November 14th, who our guest will be at 9 a.m.
I don't think it is a surprise.
Oh, no, it is. Oh, it is. I'm sorry. It was a surprise yesterday. Now it's not a surprise.
There we go.
Thanks, Joseph. We are going to have one of our very own instructors, Maria. Is it
Eid?
Mm-hmm. Maria Eid, who is the early childhood education instructor. Is she director or instructor? Do we know? She's an instructor.
She's an instructor, yeah. She's
Fantastic.
basically the coordinator for the program.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So Maria Eid from Early Childhood is going to be with us next week, 9 o'clock. So make sure you join us. Set your clock.
Yes,
Couple
set your clock,
minutes
set your
ahead of
alarm.
time
Yes.
so you don't miss us.
Yep.
Anything else, Craig?
No, that's it for me.
Awesome. Guys, in the meantime, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time. Stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye-bye.
Bye. Au revoir.
3, 2, 1, let's go.